Chris Stuckman's directorial debut, Shelby Oaks, has finally hit the theaters after I don't even know how long the wait's been. I think I remember seeing this announced a year ago, and it's nice to see that it's finally out and it actually did hit the big screen and it's in every big theater and it's gonna be there for a couple of weeks, which I really appreciate. We do need more indie budget horror movies and movies in general to stay longer in theaters. So it's nice to see Shelby Oaks actually hit the theaters and Chris Stuckman being able to get the money to be able to do all of these things. Before I start this review, I imagine a lot of these reviews are either going to be people that have looked up to Chris Stuckman or are his peers or anything else. I'm not really one of those people. I probably watched a couple of Chris Stuckman videos in my high school years, so 8 to 10 years ago, and other than that, I don't I don't really watch him. I don't really watch other film critics, to be honest. So I don't really have any bias to him. I don't have any bias against him. I think he's a fine guy. He lives in my world, and that's about it. He's done nothing against me or and nothing to like boost my opinion about him. He's just another guy doing what he loves, and there's nothing else I have to say about him. So I don't expect anything, me giving him unwarranted praise or anything like this, but this is a directorial debut, and if you know, I am kind of lenient on these, but it really depends how good or bad they are. And Shelby Oaks, thankfully, isn't bad, like almost at all. I genuinely don't have any problems with this movie. Uh, I'm trying to think. Maybe part of a bit of this second act has some strange pacing to it, and some of the lines, the dialogue is a bit, eh, it's a bit okay. It's a bit whatever. But other than that, um, my only real complaint is I feel like I've seen this movie too many times now. I understand this is his baby. This is his project, but this feels like a mixture of. It's like if Hereditary and Blair Witch Project had a baby. That's what this movie feels like, and ever since Hereditary has come out, I feel like we've gotten so many films like it, and unfortunately, this is just gonna fall right down that path. Really, it sucks, but it's not bad. It's really not bad. I just wish it wasn't a film I haven't seen a million times. I was expecting something different, but it takes a few things the route differently throughout the movie. The first 30 minutes movie is a faux documentary or a mockumentary even. And to be honest, only saw half of the first trailer ever released, so I didn't know what I was going into this. I just knew it was a Chris Stuckman film and really nothing else. So it was cool seeing that the movie starts off as a mockumentary, and I was kind of baited into believing, oh shit, am I watching a second mockumentary within the past what month or two? I could be wrong. I think month or two. Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And you know what? I really liked the change from mockumentary and then snap, you're into an actual movie. I really did like that. Not many mockumentaries do that. They kind of just stick with it throughout. Or, for example, VHS, they Beyond, I believe, had a the mockumentary in between segments, but other than that, it was just another VHS movie. But this, I like the switch. I really do like the switch. I even though I think the first 30 minutes might be the best part of the movie, the last 2/3 were pretty nice. Good horror and when you're looking for a horror movie, especially for a directorial debut, you're kind of hoping it's something creepy, something a bit scary. You hope you see some potential in the future of a director, and I think Chris Stuckman did that. And I don't know if it was because of the help with Neon. He did an interview saying Neon was the reason he was able to do so much he wanted to do in this movie because of the budget they gave him. And shout out to Neon. They have always been such a huge part of horror, and I love that they helped him make this something he wanted. And if it came down to them, and that's the reason why this movie's even decent, I appreciate that a lot. That means a lot for the horror community. That really does mean a lot. That's nice to see. And speaking of the horror community, Keith David is in this fucking movie. What a fucking pull! I know he's not like one of the bigger actors, but like he's a horror legend. Like he's been around for so fucking long, and he has like one of the most loveliest voices of all time. And every time he's on screen, not just this movie, just in general, it's always nice to see him. I always loved him as an actor, so it was so cool and such a surprise to see him in this movie. I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. Shout out Keith David. I thought that was cool. Let's get into the actual movie though. As I said, the beginning 30 minutes do start off as a mockumentary, and it works. It feels like a mockumentary, and as similar to the one which I'm zoning out. I'm gonna put it right here. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna put it right here. The one I watched earlier this year. I liked it a lot, and I think they did a really good job making it feel like the interview part very separate from the the part that they're doing the documentary about. I really love that, and I think this movie did a good job at doing that too. A lot of the lines and the way Camille Sullivan is acting on screen for the documentary, it's all perfect. I think she does an amazing job. I think throughout the whole movie she does great, but throughout the first 30 minutes, I think she does probably her best, to be honest. Uh, as for the rest of the movie, just hereditary vibes, to be honest. Um, Nothing really else. Just another demon horror movie, and you don't really get to see the demon too much, which sucks. Because I think the design, whether it's practical or not, looked fucking amazing. The giant demon dude, just so cool, so cool. And I'm sorry, they should have just done it with him. I didn't want the old lady being the supernatural villain, and I think it would have just worked out if maybe he was more visible in the scene she was doing it. Obviously, you can see his silhouette, and but not really much else, unfortunately. But he is so fucking creepy every time he's on screen, or even like his eyes are on screen. It's just so fucking creepy, and this movie does a good job at being creepy. It really does. The scenes where you have characters turning off TVs, or a character just standing doing something. There's always something in the background, and I really like that about horror movies, especially movies in general. I like when they do this, where they want you to keep your eyes focused on every single thing in the room. But when horror movies do it, it's fucking creepy. You love seeing the TV turn off and the reflection of the eyeballs in the window. It looks so fucking creepy and cool. Fortunately, everything else, like story wise, for this movie is kind of boring and pretty lame. And uh, whoever plays Camille Sullivan's sister, she looks really good. Like she looks pretty fucking creepy when her eyebrows are shaved, and she looks like she hasn't eaten in a while. But other than that, I didn't really care for her character. Kind of hoping she was dead. I didn't care for the baby either. If she jumped out the window with the baby, this movie might have been a little better. Because that ending was kind of shit. I'm not gonna lie. It was really bad. It just felt like it came, and then those stupid fucking dogs ate her, and I'm sick of it. Those dogs were just so fucking annoying. They didn't serve a purpose. They didn't feel like important hellhounds or anything. They didn't feel like a nuisance or nothing. They just appeared to eat up her body. By the way, practical gore in this movie, really fucking cool. Really cool, actually. The scene where the fat guy comes in and kills her friends looks really fucking sick. I love how he's tearing up the guy's body, and I love how you can see. It feels like someone's like peeling the skin off an apple. That's what it looked like as he's ripping off that guy's body. It looked sick, and the dog scene too, like I just mentioned, um, also looked fine. You don't get to see as much, unfortunately, but still look pretty cool. The practical effect in this movie, if that demon is a practical effect, and if that all the gore in this movie is as well, I think look really good. I really appreciated it, and if it is practical effects, I think it was just really nice. It looked really good. Unfortunately, there's nothing really else to talk about this movie. Second act is really boring, really boring. The whole prison part where she just randomly leaves in the middle of the night to go to the prison is so fucking boring. I don't know. It's fine. Shelby Oaks is fine. Chris Stuckman did a fine job. I'm just gonna get to the rating because I don't have much else to say about this movie. Giving Shelby Oaks a 6 out of 10. Boom, right there. Um, I don't know. It's nothing special, but it's also not bad. It's not great. I would watch it again. If a friend wanted to watch it, I really wouldn't mind. Maybe I'd find some more stuff I missed throughout the movie. Um, but other than that, it's just okay. Chris Stuckman did a fine job as for a directorial debut. You did good. I think you proved you could maybe do something in the future, whether that's horror or not. I hope it's horror. We need more horror movies. So whether it's horror or not, I hope Chris Stuckman sticks to trying to direct another film. I hope he's not demotivated by. He probably won't be because he does the same shit, of course. I hope he's. I'm gonna say it anyway. I hope he's not demotivated by all these reviews. I feel like most of these really negative reviews are just coming from haters of him. Unfortunately, and I know this is just an assumption, but I don't understand how you could call this movie the worst movie of the year or one of the worst movies you've seen this year. Even if you found it boring, it's creepy, and that's what a horror movie. If you're expect at the minimum, horror movie should have some creepiness to it, and you know what? This movie even takes like a bunch of horror elements from everything. You get a little serial killer dude, you get a mockumentary, you get some demon shit. You just got modern horror all mixed up in one movie, and I think Chris Stockman did a fine job. He was also the writer of this movie, which I did not mention. And while I did think a lot of the dialogue and a lot of the character interactions were a bit sloppy, I think it was okay. I really can't say I wouldn't watch this movie again, but I really can't say anything great about it. Chris Stockman, you did a fine job, and everyone else who was in this movie, I think, acted well too. It was just the writing was a bit rough.